Hey there, folks. Seeds of Wisdom team. Our mission is to make you and the rest of the community a happier and more productive bunch with facts, no spins, or fluff understanding complex topics together. Tonight, we're diving into the wild world of global finance. Buckle up, because it's about to get interesting. We're talking about something called the Global Currency Reset, or GCR for short. It's a mouthful, I know, but stick with me. In a nutshell, the GCR is this idea that the entire global financial system is going to get a massive overhaul. Think of it like a reboot for the world's money. And along with this reset comes something called revaluation, or RV. Now, why should you care about all this financial mumbo-jumbo? Well, because it could potentially impact everything from the value of your dollar to the price of your groceries. So yeah, it's kind of a big deal. Let's break it down and see if we can make sense of it all, shall we? All right, let's unpack this GCR thing. Imagine the global economy as a giant game of Monopoly, right? Except this game is rigged. Some players, like certain countries with powerful currencies, have a massive advantage. They basically get to write the rules. The GCR is like flipping the game board over and saying, nope, we're starting over. And this time, it's going to be fair. The idea is to create a level playing field where all currencies are valued fairly against each other. Sounds utopian, right? But how would they actually do that? Well, that's where things get a little fuzzy. There are a lot of theories and speculation out there, but no one knows for sure how it would all go down. Some folks believe it'll involve a return to the gold standard, where currencies are backed by actual, gold. Others think it'll involve some fancy new digital currency system. The truth is, we're all just waiting to see what happens. Now, let's talk about revaluation, or RV. This is all about how much one currency is worth compared to another. Think about it like trading baseball cards. A rookie card for a future Hall of Famer is worth a lot more than a card for some guy who warmed the bench, right? Currencies work kind of the same way. Their value goes up and down based on a bunch of factors like economic stability, political climate, and even natural disasters. Revaluation is when a currency's value gets a major adjustment, either up or down. In the context of the GCR, RV is all about making sure that currencies are valued fairly based on a country's actual economic strength. So, countries with strong economies and stable governments might see their currencies go up in value, while others might see theirs go down. This can have a huge impact on international trade, investments, and even things like the cost of imported goods. It's a big, complicated web, but hopefully you're starting to see how it all connects. Now let's talk about bonds, baby. No, not James Bond, although that would make this whole thing a lot more exciting. We're talking about financial bonds, which are basically like loans that you give to a government or a company. They borrow money from you, and in return, they promise to pay you back with interest. Bonds are a big part of the global financial system, and they play a role in the whole GCR RV scenario too. See, some folks believe that certain types of bonds, like those issued by developing countries before major economic reforms, could become incredibly valuable after a GCR RV. The idea is that these countries' currencies will skyrocket in value, making their old bonds worth a fortune. Now, I'm not saying you should go out and start hoarding bonds like they're going out of style, but it's definitely one of the many moving parts in this whole GCR RV puzzle. Section 5, NESARA, GCR, fact or fiction. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to enter the realm of conspiracy theories. You've heard of Area 51, right? Well, NESARA GCR is like the Area 51 of the financial world. It stands for the National Global Economic Security and Reformation Act, and it's this idea that there's a secret plan in the works to completely overhaul the global financial system and usher in a new era of prosperity and peace. Sounds pretty wild, right? Well, that's because it probably is. There's no concrete evidence that NESARA GCR actually exists, and most experts dismiss it as an elaborate internet hoax. But hey, that doesn't stop people from believing in it. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, there's a shred of truth buried somewhere beneath all the speculation and conspiracy theories. But don't bet your life savings on it, okay? Section 6, spotting the signs, key indicators of change. So how do we know if this GCR RV thing is actually happening? Well, it's kind of like trying to predict an earthquake. There are some potential warning signs, but nothing's for sure until the ground starts shaking. One thing to keep an eye on is government policy changes, particularly in major economies like the US and China. Any significant shifts in monetary policy, like a move away from the US dollar as the world's reserve currency, could be a sign that things are brewing. Another indicator is the price of gold and other precious metals. Remember that whole gold standard thing we talked about earlier? Well, if the GCR does involve a return to a gold-backed system, you can bet your bottom dollar that the price of gold is going to go through the roof. Of course, these are just a few potential signs. The truth is, no one knows for sure what will trigger a GCR RV or when it might happen. It's all a bit of a guessing game at this point. Section 7. Asset-backed currency, gold, oil, and the new money game. Let's talk about asset-backed currencies for a sec. You know how your dollar is basically just a piece of paper that we all agree has value? Well, an asset-backed currency is different. It's backed by something tangible like gold, oil, or even a basket of commodities. The idea is that this makes the currency more stable and less susceptible to inflation. Think of it like this. If your money is backed by gold and the value of gold goes up, so does the value of your money. Makes sense, right? Some folks believe that a GCR RV would involve a shift towards asset-backed currencies, which could have a major impact on the global financial system. It's definitely something to keep an eye on as we move forward. Section 8. International Agreements, the Global Economy's Rulebook. The global economy is a bit like a giant game of Jenga. Everything is connected and one wrong move can send the whole thing tumbling down. That's where international agreements come in. They're like the rulebook for the global economy, setting out the terms of trade, investment, and financial cooperation between countries. In the context of a GCR RV, international agreements would play a crucial role in coordinating the transition to a new financial system. This could involve everything from setting new exchange rates to establishing new institutions to oversee the global economy. It's a complex and delicate process, and any missteps could have far-reaching consequences. So yeah, the stakes are pretty high. Section 9. Cutting through the noise, finding reliable information. With all the talk about GCR RV, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information out there. And let's be real, not all of it is accurate or reliable. There's a lot of misinformation, speculation, and outright scams floating around, so it's important to be discerning about where you get your information. Stick to reputable sources like established financial institutions, government websites, and respected economic analysts. Be wary of anything that sounds too good to be true, and always do your own research before making any financial decisions based on what you read online. Section 10. The wait-and-see game, navigating uncertainty with caution. The truth is, no one knows for sure if or when a GCR RV will happen. It's all speculation at this point. So, what's a person to do? Well, the best approach is probably one of cautious optimism. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, and don't make any rash decisions based on what you hear through the grapevine. Instead, focus on what you can control. Manage your finances responsibly, diversify your investments, and stay informed about global economic trends. And hey, if a GCR RV does happen, you'll be in a good position to weather the storm. Section 11. The bottom line, your GCR RV cheat sheet. Alright folks, let's recap. The GCR RV is a complex and controversial topic with the potential to shake up the global financial system. There's a lot of speculation and uncertainty surrounding it, and no one knows for sure what the future holds. The best approach is to stay informed, be cautious, and don't believe everything you read online. Focus on managing your own finances responsibly, and we'll all just have to wait and see what the future holds. Don't miss a notification. Subscribe now to YouTube and the website seedsofwisdomteam.com. Thank you, stay informed, stay skeptical, and we'll see you next time.